Well, hello, beautiful people. How we doing today? We are back at it again, and it is such an exciting time. We are doing the book. This is part four of "Excuse Me, Your Life Is Waiting" by Lynn Grabhorn, and we are deep diving into it. She's talked about Slugger Jesse, how she started off in this real estate business, and it was all blown up in her face because she didn't understand the concept of feeling. And so now we're just diving deeper into it as she continues along her journey for her to discover what was essentially life changing and how she really started to learn to use the law of attraction to her advantage. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just keep getting started here. So let me just go ahead and pull up the book. There we are. And then we're just going to play some audio and we'll continue on here. There we go.
Tuning forks and the law of attraction. Way back in the 30s, a couple of guys in the Orient were attempting to prove that thoughts were real things and that different kinds of thoughts create different kinds of vibrations. So they decided to see if they could actually photograph vibrations of thought. And by golly, they did, right through steel walls, an experiment that's been replicated many times since.
Mm,
But they also proved something else, perhaps even more important. They found that the more emotion the thinker or sender charged his thoughts with, the clearer the picture turned out to be. These fellows were possibly the first to prove that there is magnetic energy attached to our thoughts, and that thought is propelled by our emotions. What they missed, though, is that because the vibrational waves, emotions, we send out are magnetically charged, we are literally walking magnets, constantly pulling back into our world anything that just happens to be playing on the same frequency or wavelength. For instance, when we're feeling up, filled with joy and gratitude, our emotions are sending out high frequency vibrations that will magnetize only good stuff back to us. Meaning, anything with the same high vibratory frequency that matches what we're sending out. Like attracts like. On the other hand, when we're experiencing anything that joy isn't, such as fear, worry, guilt, or even mild concern, those emotions are sending out low frequency vibrations. Since low frequencies are every bit as magnetic as high frequencies, they're going to attract only cruddy stuff back to us. Meaning, anything of that same low frequency that will cause us to feel and vibrate as lousy as what we're sending out.
mm,
Cruddy out, cruddy back. It's always a vibrational match. So whether it's high vibrational joy or low vibrational worry, what we're vibrationally offering in any moment is what we're attracting back. We are the initiators of the vibrations, therefore the magnets, the cause. Like it or not, we have created and are creating it all.
mm,
We may be flesh and blood, but first and foremost, we are energy, magnetic energy at that, which makes us living, breathing magnets. Don't you love it? You may think you're president of a Fortune 500 company, or a mother and wife, or a valedictorian of your class, or an airline mechanic. But what you really are is a walking magnet. Ah, little did you know. Crazy as that may sound, it's high time we woke up to the fact that we are electromagnetic beings tripping around with this mind boggling capacity to magnetize into our lives whatever in the world we desire by controlling the feelings that come from our thoughts. But because we exist on this planet in a predominantly low frequency field of energy, born of over 6 billion people who are vibrating more feelings of stress and fearfulness than joy, we involuntarily take in those vibrations and react to them. which means that until we consciously learn to override the pervasive low frequencies in which we exist, we will keep recycling unpleasant outcomes into our lives day after tiresome day, just like swimming in salt water. If we don't wash the residue off, sooner or later it's going to make us mighty uncomfortable.
Mm,
There's just no way around it. The way we feel is the way we attract. And more often than not, those feelings come from our thoughts, setting up the instantaneous electromagnetic chain reactions that ultimately cause things to happen, to be created, to be withheld, or to be destroyed, like my big commissions. So, once again, our feelings go out from us in electromagnetic waves. Whatever frequency goes out will automatically attract its identical frequency, thus causing things to happen, good or bad, by finding their matching vibrations. Happy high vibrations attract happy high vibrational circumstances. Yucky low vibrations attract yucky low vibrational circumstances. In both cases, what comes back causes us to feel just as high or low as what we had been transmitting, feeling, because it's an exact vibrational match to what we sent out.
mm,
It's the same principle as a tuning fork. Ding a tuning fork in a room filled with all different kinds of tuning forks calibrated to various pitches, and only the ones calibrated to the same frequency as the one you just dinged will ding too, even if they're way across the astrodome. Like forces attract. It's a classic rule of physics. But unlike a tuning fork, which never changes its tonal frequency, we humans, with our ever changing emotions, flip flop our frequencies and magnetic intensities all over the place, like lotto balls in a blow machine. 1 minute, we can be as high as a kite and as powerful as the sun, and in the very next, about as turned on energetically as a cardboard box under the couch. What flips us around like that comes from the kinds of and intensity of feelings we're having, from lukewarm happy to way up, or from just blah to way down. So instead of being one constant, well aimed tuning fork, we're more like a whole bunch of them clustered together, each having a different pitch or frequency, and collectively pinging haphazardly all over the place with our up down emotions. Since 1 minute we're pinging high, and the next minute we're pinging low, causing one frequency to cancel out the other, nothing much ever changes in our lives, or at least not very rapidly. Only we're not tuning forks. What's coming back to us as a result of the jumble of unfocused emotional energy, vibrations, we spew out every instant are rarely pleasant little pings, but a relentless procession of messed up, hit or miss, unplanned events and circumstances. Needless to say, what we've been creating with all this indiscriminate flowing of energy is pure pandemonium at worst and a second rate life at best, as we continue magnetizing into our day to day existence every experience, person, game, happening, encounter, incident, event, hazard, occasion, or episode by however we happen to be vibrating, which means feeling.
wow.
Bills,
Okay. This is so powerful. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. Yeah, there is a lot there, and I love the analogy, and I hope you guys are getting that of the tuning fork. And for those of you guys who don't know where the Astrodome is, that doesn't exist anymore, but that was the Houston Astros old stadium. So it's just basically a big stadium, is what she was referring to. If there was a little confusion there. Um, but do you see what she's talking about? Like the up and down, 1 minute, like she says, you're high as a kite, and next minute you're at your lowest of your lows. And so those vibrations that you're sending out are counterproductive. And so they end up canceling each other out. But if you just focus on one thing, which a lot of people do, and those are victims, all the negative stuff, that's why they're constantly getting more and more reasons to be a victim or to be negative, right? But the flip side is that if you focus it on the good stuff and all the good things, and that's all you focus on, and that's your deep, the high vibrations, the happiness, the confidence, all those things, well, that's what you're going to get all the time. This is the law in its very simplistic form of how all this works. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that and got that. Definitely listen to this over and over again because I mean, one of the things that I really appreciate about this book and appreciate about Lynn Grabhorn is that she really did a great job of kind of using it in the simplest terms possible so that you could actually get it. Because I know sometimes some people they get lost in the words. And so this was one of those books that's very simplistic, easy to understand. That's also why I wanted to do it too, so that we can even dissect it even further, just so that there is no confusions. And if there is, definitely you guys make sure you comment down below, and so that we can answer those questions and fully understand it. But I mean, we're just diving deep into it, and this book does this constant, and there's just like I said, constant examples. So stay tuned in and committed to this because it is a great ride. I'm really excited to keep sharing this book with you guys. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you guys don't miss any of this. And we'll see you guys back there again tomorrow. And until next time, you guys make it a great day. Take care.